Another advantage of having multiple traces is we can select again the trace icon, and we can choose trace 1 and we can delete it. What this allows is for us to look specifically at the cable loss and apply limits. In this particular case, the limits menu is selected from the traces with the limits icon. We have yet to add limits, and so at this time we will do so. By editing limits, we get a limit menu screen where we can add limits. Each limit has a label. We may edit that label and give it a meaningful name. In this particular case, we're going to name the limit that we add max cable loss. Our attempt here is to set up a value that will be indicated as the maximum value of cable loss in the measurement that we're making. Again, the measurement we're making is currently an artificial measurement of cable loss looking at the OSL Cal load. The type of limit line can be chosen from minimum, maximum, tolerance, and ripple, and we'll go through each of these. In this particular case, because we suspect that the minimum value is interesting to us, we're going to select the minimum limit line. It comes up, we have a choice of measuring return loss or cable loss. You'll also see the other two modes allow for limits to be added directly to those. We need to select cable loss to make it available for the cable loss measurements. We select OK. We can choose again, as usual, dB and magnitude, a linear value. In this case, again, we're going to stick with dB, and we can apply it over the full frequency range. The value based on default starting point is -20. Because this is an artificial case, we're going to leave that set right now so that we can look at it. At this point, we select the menu pull down for Android, and we return to the return loss screen where we were currently at. We see we've got a new limit, max cable loss, and it's not been turned on. We will turn it on at this time and then touch the plot to remove back, and the annotations are on. We can turn off all the limits at any given time by switching off the annotations, or on when we're ready to take them. Again, by pressing the screen, we'll see that for our cable loss we currently fail because the maximum or the minimum value of -36 is indeed below the value of -20 that we expect to see. We'll then go back in to the trace by pressing the icon, go to the limits, edit that limit. Let's change that to -40 so that we'll get a pass situation. One of the features of Android is that if you delete the minus sign, and we can move the keyboard so we can see this, then we cannot from the keypad enter a plus minus. We'll need to use the plus minus icon and put in a value of 40 and then hit plus minus. This is just again a feature of Android that we had to work around. Going back again to the return loss measurement, we see now that we pass. And what we're seeing here is that we want a value that's above the -40, and indeed the minimum cable loss is -36.41. In a future video, we'll have a more accurate representation of measuring cable loss with a real line length.